Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tobias, and today I've got another little story for you all. Isn't that exciting? I love telling these stories. Anyways, today's story is actually about one time I went to camp. So, when I was younger, we used to have this gigantic campsite, and it was called Indian Lake. And we went to Indian Lake a lot. Me and my family did. Well, one time we decided not to camp in our normal camping trailer because we used to have one a long time ago. We decided, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take our camping trailer and we're not going to use it. We're going to use tents. So we actually started using camping tents. And I love camping. Like, I don't know if anybody else loves camping. Like, everyone says, camping's a piece of shit. Honestly, I don't see it. I don't see how you guys can call camping pieces of shit. I think it's really fun. I mean, I get to go outside in the outdoors, and I could really use that because it builds onto my social life. Not saying that I don't have a social life. I actually do have a social life. It's just, well, actually, I can't say anything about it at all. I have one. But anyways, what I'm talking about is we went camping. So, I was here at Indian Lake. You know, I don't see all of my friends. They're all about a mile away on the other, corner of the lake. And they're camping in their nice trailers with their 2002 TVs with Thomas the Train playing, because that was like the shit when I was little. But anyways, so what happened was, you know, camping in a tent seemed like fun. And I really wanted to try it. So I started camping in a tent. And keep in mind, there's a little building right next to this campsite, and it's almost like a hangar, but it's a gigantic storage bay, almost storage place, where Indian Lake is. So, we were camping, and here's a little story about how it was horrible. So, my first time camping like this, it was not a great experience. The reason it wasn't a very great experience is because, let's be honest, camping can be just suck-ish. Whenever you have, fucking mosquitoes everywhere. I mean, I hate when that happens. I'm not one for camping when there's mosquitoes involved or anything like mosquitoes being involved. You know, I never really did like it. So, anyways, while we were doing this, we ran out of food. And we didn't pack a lot of food because normally we had food in our trailer, just in the fridge, because we kept electric on it. We had food in the cupboards. But anyways, what happened is that we didn't have any food. So I was so hungry. I ran to the trailer and I tried to get into it and I actually couldn't get into it. So I had to walk all the way back and my parents were pissed. So that was one thing that made it bad, you know, having your parents mad at you the entire time. That's not something I found fun, but that's not where the story gets interesting. Where the story gets interesting is actually the point of time where there is a moment of what is going on outside. You may be wondering what I mean by what is going on outside. There was a camp, creeper, alright? This guy was creepy, and he was weird looking. Okay, picture a homeless guy in your mind. Make his skin really white, and have him in, good socks. And that's what this guy was. And we were sitting there by the campfire, me and a couple of my buddies who were also camping in tents. We were sitting there at the campfire. All of a sudden this dude came along and he was sniffing the tents. I don't know. But sorry, I'm actually still sick from a few days ago. But let's be honest, it's kind of weird when he's sitting there sniffing people's tents. I mean, what? What? Come on, man. What? Do you have to be that low to go and sniff people's tents? So if you can guess what happened, my parents pulled me in the tent, and this guy went to every single tent at the camp, and he just started sniffing every single one of them. This dude got over to my tent, and it was the most annoying sound I could ever hear. He was standing there. I was sitting in my tent, scared to death. I was about to piss myself. And this guy was sitting there going... he was just sniffing the tent, and he was like smelling it, and he was walking all around my tent, and then he just walked off. Like, he sniffed every tent, and I guess he decided that no smells were worthy, so he just kind of walked away. He no longer was there. He didn't sniff anybody else's tent, and I guess the cops were called because we did see a ranger at Indian Lake, which was kind of weird in my own opinion. I mean, let's be honest. It's not normal when someone goes and sniffs everything. I can understand why the law enforcement was called, but they dealt with the problem, I guess. I haven't been camp tenting in Indian Lake since then, since I moved to a different state. But, yeah. And then another thing that happened was, pretty much where I was staying, it started pouring down that night, like at 2 in the morning. So these two guys who were friends with my parents, because keep in mind I was about 4 years old or maybe 5. I don't know how old I was. This was a long time ago. But they were carrying me while I was still inside my tent, which was a weird experience, getting lifted off of the ground. And we went inside to that one place, and we heard a few knocks on the door in the middle of the night, but I guess the camp creeper wasn't there. But if we really think about it, he could be anywhere. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this next story. Remember, more stories are going to be coming soon. My name is Tobias. Adios.